Ready.
Hello everyone! Ironinquisitor once again with...
General CGJ, ready for part 2 of our reaction today.
This time, we're gonna react to Hellogreedo! My favorite dude!
Your favorite shill of this.
And he'll try to explain whether or not Luke Skywalker was out of character in TLJ. This will be fun.
This is gonna be fun. Okay,
Alright.
so begin.
You ready, dude?
Yes,
3,
begin the countdown.
2, 1, go.
Luke Skywalker out of character in The Last Jedi?
Oh, yes.
I don't think that question even matters.
Yeah.
It has no meaning. Was he out of character? Compared to what? Compared to a version of himself 30 years in the past? Compared to what, a time capsule?
God.
Open the box, oh, he's the same as he's ever been, unchanged. Still the bright-eyed kid from Tatooine with a lightsaber and a Boy Scout do-gooder mentality. Some folks seem to want their Star Wars characters to figuratively be frozen in carbonite, staying the same, unchanged, no arc, just there to pour some water on the audience's nostalgia garden, blooming those sensory triggers in their brain as if they were looking through an old photo album or watching a fuzzy VHS from 1992 Christmas morning.
Stop.
Oh my mother of a
So
God.
he's basically like, oh! He's changed! That's why he makes the mistakes. Well, yes. People do change with time, but that doesn't mean he's gonna make mistakes like that.
The biggest thing here that makes me like cringe and like say what the fuck is he talking about is him saying that Luke Skywalker being out of character doesn't really matter. I'm like, he used to be one of the main protagonists of the original trilogy, so him actually being out of character so many years later actually matters. Because,
yes.
in fact, in any freaking media, a character being out of character is not good.
It doesn't matter if years have gone by and people change. That's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse. And if you're going to go by the character changing or being out of character in the end, then at least we should see the entire journey. We should at least see that. But we didn't. What did we see in those 30 years between episode 6 and 7? What did we see?
Almost nothing.
The only thing we saw was a freaking flashback of Luke almost killing Kylo Ren, where he explained how much that shit is like not enough.
And then we're forced to read the new Disney Star Wars EU to get a picture.
Oh yeah, the Aftermath trilogy, freaking Bloodline,
all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, all that stuff is gonna be something. Wait until me and you and Dark Sinovia read the Aftermath trilogy.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait to get to the wibbly wobbly TIE fighter.
Oh god, and that's gonna be something. Not to mention freaking gay characters and shit. I think there were gays. Okay. Oh god,
Well, I don't care if the
mess.
characters are gay, but
Well, we'll see how they make it.
yeah, let's see how they handle it. So anyway,
yeah. Another thing I freaking dislike about this, the characters, they are frozen in a time capsule, and then you bring them out, you bring them out from the original trilogy, and they're supposed to be the same thing. That analogy perfectly describes every single cherry picking that Disney Star Wars does when it comes to the original trilogy and expanded universe elements that they take from those sources and put them in their own freaking Disney Star Wars sources. That is the definition of that analogy, not Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, or should I say Jake Ellenmilker?
All right. Let's continue in 3, 2, 1, go.
Sorry, that's not what characters are, and that's not what characters should be. In a saga, they evolve. In a continuous story, they change. If they don't change and evolve, they might as well be Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. Nothing changes, same week in, week out. Fun for cartoons, not fun for a multiple trilogy narrative. The Last Jedi has a running theme of legend, of myth, of larger-than-life figures that we hold up to such a high standard, almost dehumanizing them in the process.
What?
While in the real world, our heroes are just human. They're just as flawed as anyone else. But we hold them to a
Jesus
higher
Christ.
standard, right? Appreciating what they do that we love, often overlooking their faults, or ignoring them outright. That theme was inside of this movie as well. When Rose meets Finn, she idolizes him. He's a resistance hero. To her, Finn is larger than life, a legend. We, as audience members, know his flaws. Yes, he defected from the First Order, he's no longer a stormtrooper, but that is not his only defining quality. He wanted to run away in The Force Awakens, and he wanted to run away in The Last Jedi. He's a messy and complicated character because people are messy and complicated. Same goes for Luke. Rey sees Luke in the same way that Rose sees Finn. Larger than life, a hero, a legend. And The Last Jedi says, wait. Luke is only human, he's flawed too. As is true in the real world, people are just people, messy and complicated. We externally look at Luke as this mythological, larger-than-life legend, a character. And so do the characters within the story. But when we see that larger-than-life legend, he's not what we or the characters in the story expected.
Let's stop. So, what are your thoughts?
Okay. First of all, First of all, the last Jedi using a freaking theme of all legends. Every legend is not really, you know, like big grandiose. They're actually human. Okay. First of all, if that comes at the expense of the characters and what they define, that is bad writing.
Exactly.
Okay? I don't give a shit if you're putting a fucking theme over it. If you're putting a fucking theme, that's purely subjective thing. It doesn't make the writing any better, for God's sakes. And we don't even know if Rian Johnson actually put that theme on purpose, because again, it's a theme. Anyone can take whatever themes they fucking want from the movie.
It's subjective.
It's fucking subjective. So there's no use for any freaking arguments. And using subjective arguments. Oh, bless you. And using subjective arguments to defend the sequel trilogy. Oh God, there's so many people doing that, especially The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ. Oh yes. You wanted to say something about this, by the way?
Oh yes. Yeah. Hellogreedo, you're right. Luke is flawed, but that doesn't mean he's gonna make those mistakes.
Make that same mistake again.
Like we said in the last video.
Yep, with Star Wars Explained. Yep, he's not gonna make the same mistakes no matter how much time passed. No, especially one that so life-changing as that, almost killing his father in cold blood.
Yeah, I can see him making little mistakes, but nothing so major.
Nothing like this. No, that's a traumatic moment that nobody can do. Not even a fucking human, which is what this freaking Disney Star Wars fanboys use to excuse this freaking bad writing. Oh God, that's something. Shall we continue, or you got something else to say?
All right, let's continue. All right,
okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
He's flawed. He's hesitant. He's learned some things. He's accepted some things. His entire worldview has been flipped on its head. The Jedi? Their history is littered with poor decisions. Their actions have resulted in oppression. The product of their best intentions was failure. This is a realization that a lot of Star Wars fans have had as well. Looking at the history of the Jedi, the myth begins to fade. Luke's attempt to train Ben Solo is a part of that failure. Luke sees himself as a failure. His entire belief system, the house of cards that he's built, came tumbling down. He wants no part in current events. He's on the island to die. The way Luke was portrayed in The Last Jedi was amazing, and despite the outrage machine that is kicked into full gear because of his betrayal, I think it will be appreciated more and more as the saga continues. And as the years pass. It was risky, and it was well done. He's not a superhero. Luke Skywalker is not a superhero. He's a man with a belief system that has failed him. I'm a huge Mark Hamill fan. I absolutely love that he's such a fan's fan.
Yes, I think we should pause that moment in which, I believe that has failed him. Oh God, okay.
Oh my gosh, the entire point
Jeez.
was for Luke Skywalker to learn from the mistakes of the Jedi and change them.
Yes.
That's what he did in the expanded universe.
Yes, when you need to use the past in order to improve. Why? Because you can learn from the mistakes and actually do something better. But what Luke actually did is just fucking repeat the same stupid mistakes. Apparently, I mean, okay, the Jedi Order in the prequel trilogies, they had flaws. Yes, they had flaws. They had issues. Yes, but the only reason why they went down, is because the Sith Lord managed to basically outsmart the hell out of them.
Yep.
It wasn't because it wasn't because it wasn't because the Jedi Order was fully 100% flawed and were literally morons. No. It's because the Sith Lord was just so much more than that. Not to mention they had a Sith plan cooked for many years and stuff. There's that. And second, as much as he says, oh yes, a team of failure, which again, another team to defend the Last Jedi, which once again, that's subjective. Again, that the movie is not really about failure, and even if it was, it's a team, so it doesn't count.
Yep.
And even if we assume that Luke Skywalker conquering Darth Vader and the Emperor at the end of Episode 6, that was not failure. That was success. Luke creating the Jedi Order, that was a success. The only failure was that he basically destroyed it all in the end, but that was because of a stupid poor writing, stupid out of character moment with Kylo Ren. Oh god, and a man with a belief that has failed him. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay.
Does beliefs fail him in the original trilogy?
No, they didn't. In fact, his beliefs actually went against the wish of Obi-Wan. If you remember, both Obi-Wan and Yoda wanted him to kill Darth Vader.
He didn't want to.
Actually, he didn't want to because he was his father, his family.
You think he'd do the same thing for Ben Solo? He's my nephew. I can't kill him.
The same fucking thing. I'm surprised he doesn't want his father, nephew. I mean, that's something. Yeah, that's totally on character, as you shall say. Oh god, that's something. Do we finish this?
Yeah, let's go on. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
He understands why we all love it, and having him so invested in the fandom is a joy to watch. I cannot stress that enough. I love Mark Hamill's enthusiasm. It is infectious. But the fact that Mark Hamill was initially apprehensive about Luke's portrayal means nothing, guys. It's not an argument. No matter how many times you tweet it out, it's not an argument.
What?
His quotes are often taken out of context anyway. Read more into what he says in other interviews. But that's beside the point. Actors do not own their characters.
What?
Luke Skywalker
Ignore what he said in the interviews?
Luke Skywalker is not Mark Hamill. Apply that same logic to any movie, any story. I firmly believe that as history continues, as the saga moves forward, the ending of the film, where Luke is actually not on Crate, with him physically projecting himself on the Crate battlefield from Ahch-To, I think that twist, that moment of realization, will go down as one of the best moments in the entire saga. It's impactful. It's a fantastic twist, a beautiful twist, and an amazing way to send off one of the best Star Wars characters. Peace and purpose, as Rey said. Far more powerful than him being in a lightsaber fight. New moments for a new generation. I'll see you around, kid. Hellogreedo, out.
Oh my
Did he not
god.
read what he said? I don't know when Hellogreedo did this video, but Luke,
2 years ago.
I mean,
almost
Mark Hamill literally said that it was a missed opportunity.
Mark
about the
Hamill
cast getting together.
Okay, Mark Hamill, before The Last Jedi came out, he specifically went in the interviews that he disagreed with how Rian Johnson wrote Luke Skywalker.
And he literally said, "This isn't Luke; it's Jake Skywalker."
Maybe he's Jake Skywalker. This is not my Luke Skywalker. And seeing the movie, it makes a hell of
way that can be taken out of context.
He actually thought that we should ignore, which, first of all, fuck you for that, because Mark Hamill knows Luke Skywalker very well, and dismissing his word on the character is blasphemy.
Yes.
Okay, that's fucking blasphemy. That's number one. Number two, Number two, you know, that freaking ending of Luke actually dying, you know, out of thin air, that was actually pathetic because first of all, you know, when viewers thought, when they saw that it was actually force projection, you'd think that he did it to actually for Luke to save his own ass and not have to literally die in the battlefield, but he still died. It's pointless. It's
Literally.
stupid. It's stupid.
It'd be no different than him just going there and dying.
Indeed. Not to mention that's also a rip-off from the expanded universe, that force projecting technique. So there's that to add to. And another thing, if he was actually there, I'm afraid he would badass things and just force projecting. I'm gonna do this Matrix move against Kylo Ren. Oh God, Jesus Christ! What else? What else to say about this? This was hilarious.
Yes.
Bless you, man.
I feel like crap right now. Sorry.
Oh God. Well, in that case, we should probably end the video.
Yeah. All right, people. That was our reaction to Hellogreedo. His reasoning. Tell us your thoughts, and
which is just as bullshit as Star Wars explains. Anyway, bye guys.